stop the defense cold, then he got his shot. You can't coach that. It's talent. Outlaw inbounds the ball. We reach halftime with the score 28-26.
He from about 90 feet away. We've reached halftime with the score 40-21. The last time and the buzzer beater is canned by McGrady. We've reached halftime with the score 23-17. Let's go studio side. Here's Clark's recap of the first half.
Welcome to the NBA Finals edition of the ESPN Halftime Update. Here are the numbers from the first half. The Magic have done a great job of taking and hitting higher percentage shots, but surprisingly, this game is still close. Expect a real dogfight out there in the second half. Shaquille O'Neal in the first half has a total of 11 points and 4 rebounds. A clear choice for our Sega Sports Hot at the Half player. That will do it for now. Make sure to tune in to the ESPN postgame show at the conclusion of the game. We'll send you back to Bob and Rod.
The clock runs out and we're heading to halftime. The score 21-21. Now that we've got a little break in the action, why don't we take a look at the game track? Tommy?
Thanks, Fitz. The Pistons have gotten themselves into a dogfight here today. The stats are pretty even, so it's no surprise this game's as tight as it is on the scoreboard. In the second half, one team's going to have to show they want it more.
That'll do it for Game Track for now. We'll check in to see how it all played out on the storyline at the end of the game.
Was off target by Hughes. And that concludes the first half. The score, 25-19.
Well, Kevin, you can look at the stats and analyze it all you want, but this game is coming down to intensity, desire, and effort. All the intangibles you won't find on the stat sheet.
Well, we have a bit of time here, Kenny. Let's break down the first half with our Power Bar Triple Threat Halftime Report.
Thanks, Kevin. The Heat are on top. O'Neal is scoring with tremendous efficiency. It seems like every time he touched the ball, they came away with the bucket. The Cavs are still in it, but they need to step it up. James has been carrying the load for them. They're only a few shots back, so they're definitely still alive.
All right, thanks, Kenny. Let's have a look at the team stats from the first half. The Heat have been getting good looks at the bucket, as you can see from their field goal percentage. Kind of like their chances in the second half if they can keep clicking on offense. Now with the Gatorade Around the Cooler update, let's check in with Craig Sagan.
Thanks, Kevin. A little while ago, I spoke with Stan Van Gundy, coach of the Heat. He told me that he thinks they played very well in the first half. He said we're doing all right on the scoreboard, but it's not just about the score. It's about playing at the highest level you can. We're still making some mistakes. They've been discussed, and we'll see if they're corrected in the third. Guys?
All right, Craig. We should be ready to go momentarily. Away. And that concludes the first half. The score, 49-42.
The Heat have the lead, but this game is far from over.
That's right, Kenny. Plenty of time left. Okay, it's time for our 2K Sports Halftime Report. The Heat have been gunning from downtown.
Yeah, the three-point has been a major weapon for them.
Well, we'll see if they can stay hot from long range in the second half. Well, time now for Kenny's stamp of approval. Let's see who's getting it right tonight. Kenny?
All right, first up, Walker has been locked in from outside. When you're getting towards that bad, you wish you could go into hiding. Hey, maybe that's the problem. Is somebody guarding him? Second on the list, Howard is b-balling, shot falling. He's embarrassing the D on their home court. They're trying their best, but they can't stop the rock. Coming up third, Terry is feeling it out there. I think I saw the ball leaving a trail of smoke. He gets to drop it like it's hot stamp. Because where there's smoke, there's fire, and he's definitely on fire.
Well, there you have it. These players put their stamp on the game. Have certainly earned Kenny's stamp of approval. All right, the second half should begin in just a moment. Runs out and we're heading to halftime. The score, 33-30.
It's been a fast-paced game.
Yeah, both teams are lighting up the scoreboard. And now the T-Mobile halftime report.
Arenas has had some great dishes. He's the assist leader with 7. Jamison is scoring well. He's got 8.
Let's have a look at the team stats from the first half. The Wizards have been finding good looks, as you can see from their shooting percentage.
Yeah, they really seem to be in a rhythm. But can they continue their hot shooting in the second half?
Well, the second half will begin in just a few moments.
A fast-paced game, Kevin.
Yeah, both teams are lighting up the scoreboard. And now the T-Mobile halftime report. Ben Wallace is our leading shot blocker with 2. Zydrunas Ilgauskas showing off his court vision with his assist total at 3. Let's have a look at the team stats from the first half. Celtics have built a small lead by pounding the ball inside and looking for the close-range shots.
Nothing wrong with that at all, Kevin. Good, solid, fundamental basketball.
Now the second half will begin in just a few moments.
You have to like how this defense is playing here in the first half. I mean, off to a very good, focused, intense start. They're really playing with a lot of energy, and that's what defense is. It's energy, it's focus, and it's intensity. The Lakers have been on a scoring tear, Kevin.
Yeah, they've really been hot. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. The score, 23-17. Now it's time for our T-Mobile halftime report. Well, let's check out the story of the stats. Lakers have been going inside and doing it well. Just look at the points inside the paint.
Yeah, they should stick with what's working. They need to keep pounding that ball inside in the second half.
Von Artest it. Welcome, everyone. The second half with 1 on the clock. What a big-time shot to beat the buzzer.
You got to be cool and confident to hit a shot like that. He is, and he delivers.
And we've reached halftime in this one.
Kobe having just a fantastic game. He's got 30 points, and he's knocked down 5 shots at the charity stripe. Good numbers for him. He's carrying them right now. He scored over half of their points.
Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
It's halftime on a Thursday. You know what that means. Time for your HP halftime report. Out at Staples Center, the Lakers are ahead against Chicago. Some great pressure defense that they're putting on. They've been forcing a lot of turnovers. The Magician playing well in the first half. He has 6 points and has gone to work on the glass, grabbing a few rebounds. And a tough matchup, but the Bulls are staying afloat. They've been in a funk out there. It seems like nothing's going their way. Horace Grant with a rough first half. He'll be happy to change baskets, even told his coach the lid was on that side of the court. A lot of points on the board between these two. They've led the charge in scoring for their teams. And now we'll send you back to Staples Center for the start of the second half.
Hawks lead by 6. The third quarter now beginning, both sides downtown Los Angeles.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And a fun game going on out in Los Angeles. Thanks for joining us. The Lakers in a hard-fought game against the Los Angeles Clippers. Outstanding bench production. They've gotten a very nice lift, and that's made a huge difference for them on the scoreboard. Dwight Howard playing effortlessly. He's got 10 points and has been very efficient, converting his shots into points with a nice field goal percentage. And not to be outdone, the Clippers also giving it their all. They're putting on a clinic offensively, and they're really starting to click. Chris Paul in the first half, amazing. He has 17 points, and as usual, he's been handing out a lot of assists. And that'll be it for us here. Thanks so much for joining me. Now it's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. We hope to see you around next time.
Join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
NBA basketball on a Saturday night. Oh, the perfect weekend activity. Family friendly and a whole bunch of fun. Let's check out the action. Miami up on top against Chicago, having their way on offense, and that may be an understatement. They simply can't miss. LeBron's been going at it effortlessly against Chicago. Seems like everything's falling for him. Not sure if he even knows how to miss. And a tough matchup, but the Bulls are staying afloat. Defensively, very disruptive. They've been effective forcing turnovers. Nice steal so far. Michael Jordan is their leading scorer. He's got 10 points and is putting out the effort defensively as well, making his presence felt on both ends of the floor. And that's all there is to it. Thanks so much for spending halftime with me. Now it's time to send you back out for the start of the third quarter.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by
2. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, here with Stephen Curry. And Steph, you've had to deal with a lot of defensive pressure. What do you need to do to counteract that?
I just got to slow down. I mean, they're playing good defense, trying to shot the ball screens and taking on the three-point line. But, you know, you just got to be aggressive, keep getting shots up, making the right plays, and they'll turn around.
Steph, thank you so much. Kevin, it's not easy in the NBA.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. It's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Looking at the game for Paul. 9 points, and he's put 1 3-point
line. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Dwight, what's your assessment of the team you're playing here tonight?
They're a tough team. You know, they play hard, they play together, they move the ball, and they know how to play within the offense, you know. And we've been doing a better job on the defensive end, and I think tonight we came out with the right mentality. We just got to keep it up.
Dwight, thank you. They know they've got their hands full, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, this has been a good game here after one half. Everybody, welcome back to the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaq, Kenny Smith. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. During the second quarter, they were the better team, outscoring the opposition by a nice margin and were able to end the half in a tied ball game. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
Well, how about that contribution they got from the bench? Nice. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. I would be surprised to see them dig a little deeper into that bench. Some games you just got to go with the lineups that are working and just improvise, Ernie.
Kenny, how do you think Dallas played?
Well, they didn't let this hostile crowd bother them at all. In fact, they seemed to feed off of that hostility. Plus, sometimes when you're away from home, those distractions, your family, your friends, your fans, you can concentrate better. Okay, wait, did I just say my family, friends, and fans are distractions? Okay, let's go to the next thing. Let's go.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter.